Come around my way. Come around my way. Where my homie?
What the fuck?
Right back like I forgot my keys. It's Branson Saks with your boy Jtrav. It's the E.g.i.n.o.i.s podcast.
What up, everybody? We up in here today about to give a nice little tourney special today and give you our predictions and some thoughts on some other sports topics.
Live from the back room. No Bruno. That's what we calling it now, the back room.
The back room, but I wouldn't want to call it the back room. But hey, it's a room in the crib.
So first, before we get in the tournament, man, you need a water. Stop drinking that 1730. Or what you sipping on?
E.g.i.n.o.i.s today. I ain't on the 1738. I'm on E.g.i.n.o.i.s today. Okay. They gonna probably think I'm an alcoholic because I think like every podcast I got something up in my cup.
Hey, last time Aloysius almost spilled his yak over you. You know, he said that.
No, he drunk my yak. And you know what I'm saying? That's what he did. He drunk my yak.
Shout out to Aloysius. He's on that truck. You know, making the moves. You know, he got the moves.
What can Brown do for you?
But man, I was watching TV, man, and I saw this bald head, 6'4" gorilla, light skin. Why is light skinned people always talking the most trash, dog? Why?
Man, they trying to make a comeback. They think this 1985 where light skinned niggas can make a comeback and they can say anything they want. Nigga, back up.
Oh, Albie Shore ass looking nigga. Man, Lavar Ball talking about, man. I'm not mad at he talking about he gonna get his sons $1 billion deal. You know, go forth and prosper, young old man. You know, do your thing. I hope you make it to $1 billion. I like to see everybody at $1 billion. But when he said he could beat Michael Jordan 1-on-1, bruh.
All I gotta say is, that same year, Michael Jordan was averaging 30.5 points in the NBA, and he was averaging 2.2 at Washington State. We don't even need to really speak too much more on this subject because that stat alone lets us know that he can't beat Michael Jordan.
I knew he couldn't beat Michael Jordan, but I just want to get him because he said he could get Michael Jordan with extreme confidence. Like, when he looked in the camera and was like, yeah, I can beat him, and he was dead serious about it. I was like, bruh.
Man, but you know what? Honestly, everyone gets it and no one is safe. So I'm going to go in on this dude, but you got to really understand what he's doing is kind of smart. Because at the end of the day, that's what sports does to us. So if he's going to exploit his kids, at least let it be the father that exploits them and not someone else.
See, he did say something smart. He did say, let me, do the talking and let my kids do the ball playing. And as long as they doing the ball playing, it doesn't matter what I'm saying off the court because you're going to be focused on me and what I'm saying off the court, and my sons are going to be busting your head on the court.
And I feel them. I got 3 boys myself, 8, 4, and 3, and they kind of in the same range as his kids. Nice, tall, athletic shooter. I even got my youngest. He left-handed. So with him being left-handed, who knows what gifts God is going to give him. And if God gives them the gifts to go ahead and play sport, oh, yes, dad is going to be there. But it's got to be ways to do this. The way he's coming out, it's just like you're talking too much. You need to go ahead and be quiet. You need to go ahead and let your sons play because you're putting pressure on your sons that they don't even know about yet. Yeah, you say pressure is certain different things and playing basketball is entertainment, but no, comparing your son to a 2-time MVP, comparing your son to other NBA players, your son's not an NBA player yet. So right now, you just need to fall back and just be the dad and enjoy what your kids are doing. But I understand he's got the big baller brand, so he's running that business.
My guy, he's charging $60 for a sweatshirt, $60 for a t-shirt, $70 or $80 for a sweatshirt, $100 for those hats. He's getting shmoney.
Is people really actually buying that? Because I ain't seen a big baller brand except for the ones that he gave out and what he had on TV.
Well, apparently, somebody's buying it because USC notified the NCAA that his son from UCLA was on the website, and they had to take him down because he was profiting somehow.
Well, yeah, that's violation of NCAA. He can't be on a website that's going to profit money. You can't use him. And it's funny that all of a sudden a parent can't use their own son because they play NCAA, but the NCAA can use them to make money and not pay them. But Lavar Ball, you big bald head, greasy talking, panty wearing, out here doing what you're doing. you need to fall back. You need to sit down. You need to let your kids be kids. Because at this time, you're running them like a business, and by the time they get to be adults, they're not going to even want to do this because they're going to be wore out.
So you say you got 3 kids. What sport would you let them play? Because you say you got a left-hander. So baseball, basketball, football, or soccer?
Honestly, I'll let my kids play whatever sport they want to play. Whatever one that draws their interest. Anything that keeps them going. I'm going to give them the opportunity to play every sport. They may not get to play football. That's one sport they may not get to play. But other than that, you might get to play some other sports.
I mean, that baseball check is nice, though, man. That baseball check is guaranteed money. And a left-hander that can throw, like, at least 92 miles per hour is getting that money.
Yeah, good point. Hey, he only 3. So, at this point in time, they like hoops. I'm letting them roll with what they want to roll with. Once they get to an age and they pick that sport that they want to roll with, that's what they're going to be dedicated to. But right now, let them try anything and everything out. And it's not even want my kids to play the sport to be rich. I want them to play the sport because the sport can do different things for your life. It's not about making money. You can go different places with these sports. So that's why I want my kids to play sports.
It's definitely not about that money, because it's definitely about that money.
But anyway, let's get it going up in here today with this E.g.i.n.o.i.s podcast. We're going to do a tournament edition. You know, we had to go in on Lavar Ball a little bit just because this man out here getting mad publicity off just his kids. You know, he exploiting his kids. So let's go up into this tournament.
What's UCLA going to do in the tournament?
You know what? Honestly, I think UCLA can make a nice Sweet 16 run, but I also think UCLA is one of them teams that can get put out also. They can do what they do, and also his son's one of the best players in college basketball. You cannot forget that. Just because he's a freshman, for what he has done and for how he has ran UCLA, you got to give his son props.
Now that's Alonzo Ball?
Yeah, that's Alonzo, not LiAngelo or LaMelo. You got Alonzo, LiAngelo, LaMelo.
LaMelo's going to be the star.
I don't know, because he scored that 92 points. You can say I'm hating, but I'll get 92 points off cherry picking also.
Nah, LaMelo started that half-court craze, pointing to the half-court line and like buckets.
Sorry. People been doing that way before him.
No, they've been shooting the half-court shot, but they haven't pointed at the half-court line like, I'm going to take it, and then buckets.
Good point. But anyways, still, 92 points, cherry picking, anybody can do that.
Like right now, I will admit the games have been playing. Some of the games have been played. Some of the scores are in. So you know, I had definitely Notre Dame beating Princeton, and I barely was correct on that one.
Yeah, but you know what? I had Notre Dame beating Princeton, but I also had that as a game that Notre Dame could get put out first round. Because those are two of the same exact teams. Those teams they slow the game down. They really sit there and try to get the momentum of the game slow and low pace.
Hold up. E.g.i.n.o.i.s special podcast roast. I can't let Indiana basketball be talked about without giving my special shout-outs. You know I got special shout-outs, because if I give you a shout-out, I'm really about to hate on you. Shout-out to Tom Crean for being a sad coach and basically having all that talent in Indiana and having like 163 and 139 overall record. Man, you are trash, and I'm not sad to see you go.
No, I ain't either, because for the Crimson and White, it's like this for me. Blue and gold during football season, basketball is Crimson and White. So that's Notre Dame football, IU basketball. We were projected to be going Final Four this year with the talent. Now, yes, we've had injuries. We've had other things happen on the team. But IU basketball these past couple years have been very, very suspect. 1 year good, next year bad. 1 year good, next year bad. We haven't had no consistency. And with Tom Crean, this was overdue. So, I ain't mad to see the man go because he's still going with a hefty check. But
Bobby Knight.
Real talk, IU ain't really been nothing since Bobby Knight left. Like you said, he wish all the motherfuckers was dead. That motherfucker crazy.
Bobby Knight is nuts, so Bobby Knight will come back and choke somebody off the strength. Like, I didn't want to be here anyway.
But you gotta, Bobby Knight, he wouldn't have been able to coach in this day and age. The players have changing, so you gotta change with the times, and these sports are changing. But IU basketball, you suck. You gotta get better, baby. You gotta get better.
Back to this tournament, man. What's up with Florida, man? Did they beat East Tennessee State?
Man, they came out and pulled it out, but shoot, I think they won by like 10, but they barely pulled it out. Them 12-5 seeds are the ones that you need to be watching out for because those games are scary. Florida won, barely pulled it out, but did you see Minnesota lose? Richard Pitino better get his team together because they lost first round. Big Ten, they not having a great tournament so far.
You better stay up out the streets if you can't take the heat.
You better stay up out them streets if you can't take the heat. Shots out to Northwestern, baby. You gotta give Northwestern props.
First time in the dance.
First time in the dance, and they squeak out a victory. That's a winning season. You can't get mad at that season. You in the round of 32. Woo! That's a winning season, baby.
Or 11-6. They're 11-6. That's a crazy matchup. The six seed should win that pretty much every time, right?
Well, not necessarily. We can't go off seeding. That's just based on the team season and what they did. College basketball is very tricky when it comes to the tournament because you got a lot of teams out here that teams don't play, and the tournament's one and done. So it's not, you play this night and lose, you go on to the next night. When you play a team that you've never seen before, it's hard to prepare for them. So with preparing, you got to go ahead, do your scouting, you got to go ahead, do your recruiting to have the players to go against them. But Maryland and Xavier, that 11-6, that 11 can beat that 6. So to me, that wouldn't be an upset because that's like an even matchup. Maryland just had a better season, so they get ranked higher. Who you got winning it all? Like, what would you say? We're going to go through the tournament, but, like, as far as a prediction, who would you say might be your favorite? I understand basketball is not your sport, and nothing wrong with that. Because when it comes to baseball, I can't run too much down like you because you're cold with them baseball numbers. But for this tournament, who did you pick to win it?
Well, see, I got, let me see. I got a little bracket filled out. So I got Villanova.
All right. Everyone gets it. No one is safe. I done told this retarded motherfucker it's not Villanova. Now this,
Look like
no, like he just keeps saying Villa and don't even want to look at the rest of the word. Reading is fundamental.
I got Villanova, pretty much going all the way up until they meet up with Duke. So I got Duke coming out of that matchup, going to the Final Four. I got Gonzaga winning a couple till they meet up with Notre Dame. And I got Notre Dame facing Arizona because I got Arizona beating Maryland. So it's like Notre Dame versus Arizona. So I had to roll with the Irish. So I put the Irish in the Final Four. That's not going to happen.
No, that's not a bad pick. But roll with it.
So then I got Kansas making their way through Purdue all the way, to the Elite Eight where they meet up with Louisville, and Pitino is Pitino, and I just feel like he's like a old boy from Michigan State. If he's in the tournament,
I was going to say, is Pitino like your Tom Izzo?
Man, if he's in the tournament,
you got to watch out for them teams.
They're gonna do something. So I got Louisville making the Final Four, and then I got North Carolina going all the way. I mean, all the way through Kentucky, through Louisville, through Duke, all the way April 3rd in Phoenix, Arizona, hosting that championship that they should have hosted last year, but they got, man, I didn't appreciate that ending of the last game, man. That damn near broke my heart, man.
Man, that was a hell of an ending last year. That's why I got Villanova and North Carolina repeating this year as far as championship game. But this year, I think North Carolina's going to bring it out.
I really believe North Carolina felt that loss last year, and they ain't gonna try to they're gonna try to avenge themselves and do something. But I don't know, man. UCLA, if UCLA can beat Kentucky, it might shake some things up in that bracket. Who's some Cinderella teams that you think that have a chance of just shaking everything up in the tournament?
Honestly, I think Rhode Island can shake some things up. When I watched them play in their conference tournament, and that was one of the very first times I was able to see them due to you're not able to see every game in the country. They are athletic, they play together, and they play to their strengths. Rhode Island can be very scary depending on the matchups that they have. And that's all it is in the tournament is matchups. And not playing in a tournament. That's like when we do this special, it would have been nice if I would have been able to interview some of my old friends who played in the tournament. Rhode Island is a team I think can do some damage if they get past this second round.
What do you got? I got Butler, like I said, going all the way to see in North Carolina and falling to North Carolina. But do you think Butler is a team?
Make your mind up. Which Indiana team you got going? Oh, you got Notre Dame playing Arizona and Butler going to North Carolina. Okay. Excuse me. Thought I had a chance to roast this dude. Go ahead.
People like you should never roast me. But how do you feel about Butler, man? How do you think Butler has a chance of moving in this tournament?
Butler is a good team. They're one of those teams like Rhode Island. They play to their strengths. And they're one of the only teams that beat Villanova twice. Oh, no. They are the only team that beat Villanova twice this year. No other teams beat Villanova. Villanova's had 3 losses. 2 of them to Butler, and then the one in the tournament.
So I have to admit, I don't know anything about Oregon. I just know that they were ranked number 3, and they got the green and yellow jerseys. So I had them facing Louisville, and then Louisville was going to take them out.
Oregon's a hell of a team. I've had a chance to see them play on numerous occasions. Number 24, Dylan. His last name is Dylan. Dylan Brooks, I want to say. Dylan Brooks is his name. But he's a baller. And now, Oregon may hurt. They lost Boucher. Boucher tore his ACL. Shout out to Boucher. Get well. He's repping my old JUCO, Northwest Community College out there in Powell, Wyoming. Shouts out to y'all. You know, Boucher out there did his thing.
Do you have a stat line from your old JUCO days? What kind of points did you average per game?
Freshman year, I averaged 16 and 12. Well, no, this is not an issue of fake news because you asked me a stat loon. My freshman year of college, I averaged over 16 points a game, and I averaged over 12 rebounds a game. I'm Mr. Double-Double. Mr. Double-Double. Mr. Double-Double.
I got to see the receipts. We're going to have to post. We're going to get some receipts up on the E.g.i.n.o.i.s webpage, the Facebook page. I got to do my Googles on the 16 and 12.
Oh, you'll see that. I led the conference in rebounding my freshman year. In my first year, yes, it was junior college, but people fail to realize junior colleges were people who can play ball that didn't have grades have to go because they couldn't go D1. So you have to understand there is talent out there. And I'm 6'5", and I'm out there leading the number 3 conference in the country in rebounding. I don't care what nobody say. Rebounding, my stats going to be there. Because even when I had a bad year, I still averaged 10 rebounds a game. Still putting up 19 points, 20 rebounds here, 20 rebounds there. Yeah, I still own a sectional record in South Bend for 27 in a game. 27 rebounds in a game? Come on now.
So, everybody gets it. Nobody is safe. That's all fine. I like to hear about your success, but I got to ask, where did you fall off at? Where did it go wrong? What happened?
Man, we got to go there. Had a promising career, but let's just say brother had a problem getting up going to class. I go to class during the season, but once the season over, I ain't doing too much. Nice weather, nice women, kicking it, parties, and you the man. So it's the catch-22 where when it was time for me to leave JUCO and go Division I, because I had plenty of Division I offers. Even had Division I schools wanting to maneuver a few things to get me in there, and it was so bad that they couldn't even do their maneuvering to get me in school. So I'm just saying that's where the fall off had started. The fall off, I tried to go to a NAIA, ended up doing some stupid stuff down there and got kicked out. From that point on, it's like basketball's been in the rear view. So now I'm just training, trying to show kids that the opportunities basketball can present, that it's not always about the NBA, and that if you don't do this, this can happen. Yeah, you might get lucky, and it's a very, very few percentage that can do what I did and still make it, but it's very few.
One thing I do say, I love to hate on a nigga's hoop dreams, and it's like, because it's really not no hate, because you got to think there's 32 teams, NBA teams, or 30 NBA teams. So the 30 teams have about 11 to 12 man roster. So that leaves about 475 spots. You have to be the top 400. LeBron is number one. You have to be skilled and have a lot of situations and have people working in your favor to make it to the 475th spot. Like, you can't just be skilled. You gotta know people. You gotta go to the right schools. So all you cats, thinking, I'm gonna go to the NBA, man, get your grades right first. Listen to my guy Jtrav. Go. He's doing camps and whatnot, and you gotta listen to these people that are holding camps, because they're not holding them just because it's fun. They are holding them because they know. Stay in school and stop having these hoop dreams.
Well, it's not about not having the dreams. Have the dreams, because you got kids out there that want to play baseball, soccer, football. Have the dream, but have a backup plan. I put all my eggs in basketball because I didn't like school. If I wouldn't have got a scholarship, I wouldn't have went to college. Real talk. I do not like school. And the reason I don't like school is just they don't teach us something that gravitates to the interest of what we want to do. Maybe if they do something that gravitated to the interest of what we did, then maybe more kids would be interested in school. I went to school because of basketball. They was like, well, you can play basketball. All you got to do is go to class. But my ass couldn't even get up and go to class. Party too hard one night, got an 8 o'clock class the next morning, and I'm missing it. So at the end, have your dreams. Have your dreams. Keep chasing those dreams. But also have backup plans for when dreams don't go through, because every dream that you have ain't going to be a solid dream.
Or have your priorities.
And that's what it is. Have your priorities straight. Have a key for every door.
Right. Be more realistic. Now, minor league baseball, you can make in the hundreds of thousands, still play minor league baseball, and get that money.
Yeah, baby. But, all right, this is how we going to break this down, though. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Can't even think no more.
It's all good, man. E.g.i.n.o.i.s podcast. It's your boy Branson Saks. My boy Jtrav. He's on one.
Holla.